Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Sunday, April 19th, 2020 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is a question. What do I value? Because today we have the shift from Aries to Taurus. The shift will happen 7:45 a.m. Pacific time, 10:45 a.m. Eastern. And oh my goodness, this Taurus season feels potent. We are going to begin multiple retrogrades during this Taurus season. Get ready for retrograde summer. But even more than that, one of our major planetary agents of change, Uranus, is in the sign of Taurus. So over this next week, we are going to be building to this connection of the Sun and Taurus. Or Sun and Uranus, sorry. Sun and Uranus in Taurus. And obviously we're in the midst of change. We're in the midst of major change. And I have so many points that I want to bring up. I think this is really a call to embrace the change. Now, I love the energy mantra, the question, what do I value? Because Taurus represents money, material goods, beautiful things. It also represents value and worth and the senses and our earth. And I think that as we go through this change, there's a lot of fear. Humans don't necessarily do well with change. None of us. We're facing change. We have to move out of this house. And suddenly I'm like, I like it here. I just want to stay here. But that's not what's the plan. The plan is the change. And so realizing in and through this, what do you really value? Now, what you value and what your neighbor values and what the person across the country values may be different things, and that's okay. What we really need to tune into, this is where the Aries energy comes in, that I am. What do I value in my life? What is important? I've been doing this great meditation, and at the beginning of it, it says, wealth, true wealth, is what you have left when you lose everything. And I think we want to look at that in and through what we are going through. What do you value? What is the wealth that is left when you lose or give up or release everything? This is definitely a time to look into this. What do I value? What has true worth? What am I worth? That's another thing, is that in and through these changes, I do feel a lot of people, what they've been producing in their life, what your career has been. There's these planetary agents of change working together-ish, helping us shift what we're producing, what we're bringing to the earth, what we're bringing to the planet, what we're bringing to the collective. And so as the Sun and Uranus build to this connection, as we move through these Taurus lessons for the next 30 days, these are the things that we want to look at. We also really want to tune in to the sensual energy. Oh my God, how has Earth provided for us? This is such an amazing, miraculous place. Now, it doesn't always get the credit for it because it's also crazy and dense and there's a lot of lessons. And yet, when we get past that density, when we can look at the beauty, the smells, the colors, the tastes, the touches. Wow, it's such a wonderful, abundant energy that we can revel in. So, again, I will ask you, what do you value? As we sit on this path of change, this is something to look at as we move forward. Now, how we're going to move forward, nobody really knows. What are going to be some more of the changes implement? Nobody really knows. But you can be solid in what you value. One more lesson from my Taurus kitty. So, Luce, who is currently running around the house, she loves to chew things. She has since she was a kitten. Right now, her current chewing fetish is my clothing. Anything that's like stringy, strappy, or like thin fabric like this, she's like, delicious, let me chew it. I can't tell you how many pieces of clothing have been chewed. She's a gigantic moth. They have been chewed, and I just keep discovering, like, well, That is chewed. This is chewed. It's pretty crazy. And yet, one of the things that I've really found over the last several months, since our last move that we had to make, we gave away so much, we left so much behind, and yet things of more and more value do keep coming into my life. The universe, it is a vacuum. I always say at the end of the scope, there's enough love in the world for you. And what I mean by that is that while we may experience what lack feels like, we do live in this abundant place. And when we can get out of that place of really believing and trusting in lack, we can open to this abundant place where your needs and better can and will be fulfilled. So do keep that in mind when we're thinking of what we value and what we're going through. I know there's economy stuff, and yet maybe this is clearing the way for a new economy, where we can let go of this belief of lack as a planet and remember the true abundant spirit of Earth. So, the better it gets, the better it gets. That being said, let's look at some of this other astro energy that we've got going on. We have the moon connecting to Neptune. Holy moly, dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. What are they telling you? They will definitely be telling you about the state that you are in. I had a dream. I took a nap. Oh, it's howl o'clock here. I had a dream. My computer broke, and I was worried about doing the scopes. And when I woke up, I was like, oh, that's my frazzled mind as I'm trying to find this new place for us to live. So pay attention to your dreams, because they're bringing to you what you need to look at this time, where that work is for you to dive into. Moon is also connecting to Pluto, Jupiter, and Pallas through the day. Now, between Sun in Taurus, Moon in Pisces, it may be lazy catting, it may be very slow, and that's okay. Sun at 0 degrees, it's always transformational energy. It always can be kind of slow, lazy cattish. And I think this is good, because as the moon connects to Pluto, as it connects to Jupiter, the Pluto energy, it's like the shadow, the fears, really looking from other lifetimes where these fears may be coming from, even fears of lack coming from other lifetimes, fears of apocalypses, fears of when it all went down. And yet there's Jupiter who's there. Okay, we looked at the fears. Now look, what are we building? What are we growing? Can you fantasize? Can you daydream about the world that you want to create? So we go to the underworld, just like Inanna, go to the underworld, and then we come back and we can build from having looked at those shadows and then coming back into the light. That Pallas energy reminds us, though, there are still going to be those expectations. There are still going to be the old school that's like, we're going to rebuild and it's going to be better than ever and that kind of thing. And it really will be, but it's not going to be in that vibration. It's going to be in this new vibration that we are all carrying in. So this is an exciting time. What do you value? In fact, if you want to share in the comments below what you value, because what you value may remind other people of what they really value. And we really do want to tune into this energy as we are moving forward through these changes. Speaking of which, I told you might go down today. That's good. There's transformation and healing in the energy as we build a new dream. We played the American Dream game. Now let's play the Utopia game. Let's see what happens with that. Don't play games with yourself. Politics, you don't have to fake, you don't have to pretend. That's part of, I think, the new world is the truth of being you, the truth of, as humans, there is an emotional scale, and we're all somewhere on it at one point or another, and it's okay. It's okay if you're here, it's okay if you're here, and it's okay if you're zigzagging back and forth here. Finally, the postponement card. This is a 4 card, though. It's about building. what is building. It is happening. Do be aware of that. But our work in that right now really is this. So don't fear that it's taking the time. We want the cake to be baked. We want the baby to be fully, I don't know what the right word is, full to term, you know? We want it to take the time that it takes, because a new society, a new earth, it's worth taking the time that it takes. That is something I value. Okay, so that is it for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com for that. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. I do promise that. And you have the power. Namaste. Gotta turn it off.